आज का प्रॉब्लम प्रोबेबिलिटी पे है। ये क्वेश्चन इस साल के या लास्ट ईयर के जेई के एडवांस में आया हुआ था। अभी तक मैंने आपको इक्वेशंस पे 3 प्रॉब्लम समझाए हैं। अगर आप वो सारे तीनों प्रॉब्लम्स अच्छे समझ गए, सो आई थिंक देन यू कैन सॉल्व एनी प्रॉब्लम ऑन इक्वेशंस। नाउ दिस इज an interesting problem on probability, and let me first reiterate on what it is. What it says: 3 numbers are chosen at random, one after other, with replacement from the set 1 to 100. Let P1 be the probability that maximum of chosen number is at least 81, and P2 be the probability that minimum of chosen number is at most 40. Find the value of 625 divided by 4 into P1. Find the value of 125 divided by 4 into P2. और ये दोनों अलग अलग क्वेश्चन है। सो बेसिकली आई थिंक 4 मार्क्स इसके लिए और 4 मार्क्स इसके लिए। ओवरऑल ये क्वेश्चन का जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है, राइट, यहाँ ये है कि ट्रूथ सेट, ये हिंदी में आपको मैं समझा रहा हूँ क्या कह रहा है कि आपका एक सेट है जिसमें 1 to 100 नंबर हैं। इसमें से आपको 3 नंबर आप निकालते हैं रैंडमली और देन रेप्लिनेशमेंट के साथ, मतलब एक नंबर निकालने के बाद आप नेक्स्ट जब नंबर डालते हो तो वो नंबर फिर जो निकाला हुआ नंबर वो सेट में डाल देते हो। इट्स लाइक द सेट ऑलवेज रिमेन्स 1 to 100 व्हेन यू आर पुलिंग वन नंबर फ्रॉम द सेट, एंड व्हेन यू आर डूइंग दैट, लाइक द 3 numbers are chosen, so you're choosing 3 numbers at random, one after other with replacement from the set. ये आपका सेट है, राइट। और ये जो P1 है ये कह रहा है let P1 with the probability that maximum of chosen number is at least 81. Now the most important thing in this problem is how do you break down, what does this mean? If you can actually break down this statement to maths, then the half of journey is done. And the same thing, and P2 be probability that minimum of chosen number is at most 40. So let's first focus on the first statement, that maximum of chosen number is at least 81. What does it says is maximum of chosen number is at least 81. So for example, you have say the 3 numbers, right? So this all represents 3 numbers, star, star, star. So प्रॉब्लम में कह रहा है कि ये 3 नंबर हैं और इनको आप चूज कर रहे हो। says that the maximum of chosen number is at least 81. so इस तीनों नंबर जो आपने चूज किया है उनका जो मैक्सिमम है वो कम से कम 81 होना चाहिए, which is means it can be 82, it can be 83 up to 100. so ये जो आपके 3 नंबर आएंगे उसका जो मैक्सिमम है वो या तो 81 होना चाहिए या 82 होना चाहिए, 83 होना चाहिए या up to 100 होना चाहिए, right? so what does it mean? It means that one of the numbers, either this or this, one of this will be between 80 to 100, right? कम से कम एक नंबर तो 80 to 100 के बीच में होगा, तभी ना मैक्सिमम ऑफ दिस सेट विल बी एट लीस्ट 81, राइट? सो दिस मीन्स द प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट यू नीड टू फाइंड इट आउट basis the first one is that, so the P1 actually is the probability that when you withdraw 3 numbers, what is the probability that at least one of those numbers is between 18 to 100. so that is the probability that you have to find. so आपने देखा this is the breaking this or getting it into mathematics is the most important thing, right? now let's try to solve P1. Let me erase the first part, P1 वाला, and I will do the सो ये कह रहा है कि अभी आपके पास 3 इंस्टेंसेस हैं, इनमें से जो आपका सुपर सेट है वो 1 to 100 है, और प्रॉब्लम कह रहा है कि जो P1 probability, what is the probability that at least one of this is between 81 to 100, right? One way to find this probability is how do you is find out the probability that none is between 81 to 100, राइट? सो अगर आपको ये प्रोबेबिलिटी निकल जाएगा कि कोई भी 81 से 100 इन तीनों में नहीं है, and probability, and what is the probability truth set of the probability 1 to 100, then the probability at least 1 is 100, P1 will be 1 minus probability that none is 81 to 100, right? So I'm coming back to this. So how do you find probability that none is between 81 to 100, right? So the probability 1 is 1 minus none is between 81 to 100. Okay? Now, so you have 3 elements, 1, 2 and 3. So ये क्वेश्चन कह रहा है कि ये this number should not be between 81 to 100, this number also should not be between 118 and 1, and this number should not be between 81 to 100, which means this number will be between 1 to 80, this number will be also between 1 to 80 and 1 to 80, right? So what will be the probability, right? So 1 to 80, a number chosen randomly from set 1 to 100 so that it is between 1 to 80. So what is the probability of that, right? So what is your desired set 1 to 80, so 80 elements, and what is your truth set, that is 1 to 100, so total number of elements 100, total number of desired results 80, so this is the probability 4 by 5, right? Now it says, so second also, what is the probability of second also not between 81 to 100 is 4 by 5, and third is also 4 by 5. So the probability of none between 18 to 100 is 4 by 5 into 4 by 5 into 4 by 5. Let me erase this one. So this becomes 4 into 4 into 4, 64 divided by 125, right? So the probability that at least one is between 81 to 100 is 1 minus probability that none is between 81 to 100. And so what is this? 125 minus 64 divided by 125, which is equal to 541, 61 by 125. So the question was find the value of 625 by 4p into p1. So value of 625 by 4 into p1 is 61 by 125, and 5 325 or what, sorry, 5 305 by 4. So that's the answer. Now we have gotten the first one. We have to now find the value of 125 by 4 by p2. So let me erase all the p1 part. Right. So this one we got. This is 305 by 4. Now we have to find the value of 125 by 4 into P2. And what does P2 say? Then the P2 is the probability that minimum of chosen number is at most 40, right? So what, again coming back to the basic, that is you have three numbers and it is saying that minimum, that minimum of all of this is at most 40. Now you will think, when can the minimum of these three can be at most 40? It means that at least one of these numbers, right, must be between 1 to 40, right? Then only when you choose the minimum of these numbers, one will be between, so the number will be, minimum will be at most 40, right? So same concept like the previous one. What does it mean? That you have to find that the one number is between the set 1 to 40. So either this is between 1 to 40, either the second one is between 1 to 40, or third one is the 1 to 40. And I explained in the previous problem itself how do you solve that at least one is between 1 to 40, by saying that, hey, the probability of at least one number being 1 to 40 is equal to 1 minus probability of none being in 1 to 40. बेसिकली अगर आप फाइंड कर दें कि कोई भी वैल्यू, कोई भी इन तीनों में से कोई भी 1 to 40 के बीच में नहीं है, राइट, और उसको 1 से सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दें, जो आंसर सेट आएगा, दैट मीन्स एटलीस्ट वन is at least one of them is between 1 to 40, right? So now let's find out the probability of none being 1 to 40, right? First find out probability of none being in 1 to 40, right? So what does it mean, none being 1 to 40? इसका मतलब ये होगा, right, this will be between 41 to 100, this also should be between 41 to 100, and this one also between 41 to 100. And what is the probability that this number is between 41 to 100, right? So what is your desired outcomes? 41 to 100, like 60 out of what is the total set? 100, 60 by 100 into 60 by 100 into 60 by 100. So this is 3 by 5 into 3 by 5 into 3 by 5, which is what? 3 to 9, 27 by 125, right? Now let me erase this. So the probability of at least one number being 1 to 40 is equal to 1 minus probability of none being 1 to 40, which we got right now is 3 by 5 into 3 by 5 into 3 by 5, which is equal to 1 minus 27 by 125, which is equal to 98 by 125, right? And what you need to do is to find the value of 125 by 4 into P2, which means 125 by 4 into what is the value you got, P2, it is 98 by 125. This is cancel out, answer becomes 98 by 4. Okay, so the final answer of find the value of 625 by 4 into P1 is 305 by 4, and the second question, which is the find the value of 125 by 4 into P2, is 98 by 4, right?